Hello, everyone. It is Comic News yet again. I am Duke,
And I am the real Manos.
and we didn't have a big convention I had to comb through. We just had a couple of stories. Two people actually yelled at me and asked why didn't we do the same thing we did for San Diego for two reasons. One, there wasn't enough news to do that, and also I wanted to sleep that weekend.
Yes!
Yeah, I no, I some people like I hate to sound like a drama queen, but I gotta sometimes stay up a little late to do those, to wait for people to help me. So, no, I don't want to go through that hell. I just didn't want to do that, especially with college already kind of pushing me to hell.
Yeah, and I was actually getting ready for my New York trip, so oddly enough, I was getting ready for a New York trip.
Hmm.
Um, so I couldn't really take part in like a few days, work on this stuff.
Exactly. It would have been that weekend, so you would have been fine. But no, and you got your show. It was fun. So for the people who are a little curious on that, there you go.
Yeah.
How was your New York trip, Manos?
It was lots of fun, actually. It's the first time I've ever been to New York City. And I've always dreamed of going to New York City ever since I was a little kid because, growing up as a kid, you read Marvel Comics and you get a sense of the city. Specifically, at the time I was reading, where the artists like Frank Miller and John Byrne, they really soaked up the city and they'd use a lot of locales in their books. And, a lot of detailed backgrounds and settings and scenes like that. And so, I always kind of like, oh man, it'd be cool to go to this, super dangerous city that looks so fun. And finally got a chance, Lindsay and I did. And in case you missed last week's, we went to see my film, Caprice, at a art house theater called the House of Yes. And it was 2 nights they showed it. And God, it was cool, I have to say. It wasn't the biggest, hugest crowd. I think there was like maybe 50 people each show, but it was just fantastic. They had an opening. This was cool. Had an opening act of a band, and then the movie, and then it was a small burlesque show afterwards of like 4 or 5. I think it was like 5 performers after the show. And that was it. And we gave away some prizes, including a copy of my own book, Caprice and Other Stories. And there we go. And what a great reason to go to New York City. We didn't have too much time to do too much sightseeing. But are you familiar with the TV show Oddities on the Science Channel?
Yes,
We went to Obscura.
the place that they film oddities in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That was actually number 1 on the to-do list by Lindsay and I, because we watch that show a lot when it's, especially when they do the mini marathons. We just watch all of them. Doesn't matter if we've seen them all. So that was number 1. We wanted to go there, and that store is like really small, and you may get the impression it's small from the show, but it's even half as small as it looks on the series actually. And let's see, Evan was actually there. She was behind the counter working, and we got to talk to her for a second actually, which was super neat. And just as nice as you may think she is, in person. And Lindsay and I bought a couple things. I bought a 1930s pamphlet on how to hypnotize women, and let's see, Lindsay bought I think it's a Victorian era poison bottle.
Hmm.
And it's funny, actually, watching the show, she'd seen them in the show, and she would say, God, I'd love to get one of those. So she got one of those. And they're really cool because in the old days, all the pill bottles and all sorts of bottles, were pretty much made the same, and lights weren't everywhere as they are today. So sometimes there was a danger that you could grab something poisonous.
Hmm.
Maybe it would be a good idea not to keep your poison next to your headache pills.
What are you talking about, Manos? That sounds totally sane to me.
So what they would do to prevent accidents was they would ridge them, with some kind of like shape, so you could like tell like, oh, okay, better not take that for my headache. That's cyanide or whatever.
That'll definitely end my headache.
So yeah, we had lots of fun. It was really cool, and I saw a lot of naked women on this trip actually for the burlesque show.
And now everyone listening is jealous of Manos. Including the co-host.
This wasn't community theater burlesque show where they stripped down to like, something modest. This was a New York City burlesque show. So that was fun. What's cool about burlesque is it's stripping with humor and class. Not like you go to some, dingy bar where they're stripping on a pole.
Yeah, there's some guy going, and up next, Destiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
That.
This is like, entertainment, and it's classy and it's funny and, shit like that. So you can actually watch with your girlfriend and nobody cares.
There's something funny up there.
Yeah, they like it too.
Works out fine, everyone.
So it was really, really awesome. And I want to put a shout out. One of our viewers, the Rad Man, actually came to the show.
Seriously? Cool.
Yeah. He came to the first showing, and we talked for a while, and God, he was really cool. And I was very happy to see one of our viewers show up. So hey, one of you out there has seen the film.
Yes, and they shared the fun that you did with all the burlesque. So one person's not envious of Manos.
Yeah, well, he had to go pretty early after the show, so he didn't really get to see much of the burlesque show.
I take back that statement. I'm kidding.
That's okay. But it was God, what a great time I had in New York. I definitely want to go again, and maybe in the future, maybe I'll go to the New York Comic Con.
I'm trying to aim for going next year with the JMC guys. They went.
Ooh.
The thing is, though, their story didn't exactly sell it as the funnest thing ever. Well, not like they had
the
fun.
convention or the trip to the New York.
Well, here's the thing: they just hated it because all the panels they wanted to go to, they couldn't because the panels they managed to go to had lines longer than sin.
Mm-hmm.
According to them, they went to the Mark Hamill panel, which is on the JMC YouTube page if people want to see it. I'll put a link in. Mm-hmm. And I think Jerky went to see the Jay and Silent Bob thing that they had there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they said they had fun, but they didn't get to do all the stuff they wanted to do. They wanted to go to the Avengers panel. They missed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had fun, but I don't know. They were a little disappointed by it. They were expecting an amazingly epic time, and they just had a pretty good time.
No. Oh, damn, just a pretty good time?
I know. They wanted their minds blown, and they didn't get that at all, apparently.
Damn
it, I want to have more fun than anything. I only got a pretty good chunk of it. I feel cheated.
Well, maybe if there was a burlesque show, they would have, jumped into that, different category.
Joss Whedon has yet to said he's taking that idea, by the way. Because we told him if he's listening to this, which he's totally listening to this, he should do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that should be like every multiplex.
Yes. Next to the movie airing the Pixar.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be totally awkward. You walk into the wrong theater.
Let's see. Well, that would be a good time for them to re-release Up.
Okay, we've been bullshitting for 9 minutes. Let's get on to the actual news.
All right, folks, here's some infotainment here.
Infotainment. The Season 2 premiere of Walking Dead shatters 10-year basic cable ratings record.
Woo!
Yeah.
Even more than that Sarah Palin reality show?
I know, right?
Whoa!
More people love zombies than Sarah Palin. Let that sink in.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, Jerky. He understands that. We had a conversation last night, and I just kept using the phrase "let that sink in" a funny voice, and he kept laughing. It marked up 7.3 million viewers.
Dude.
Let's see here. I'm looking at what was the thing before that this one broke its record. It says the Dead Zone in 2002. Like had a like that. It had the highest one until this. So
Wow,
that's
and the
cool.
record holder was the Dead Zone.
Exactly. Apparently, you have to have deaf be a big feature of your television show to get huge ratings on basic cable.
Yeah. And a Stephen King connection doesn't hurt.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's right. I heard he was writing an episode this season. I don't know.
Well, I heard that he stepped out from doing it.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
Well, the story is, I don't know exactly how true this is, but he is not doing it now because of them firing Frank Devon.
I would believe that.
Because they're buddies, and
That's why I know that.
yeah, I'll be honest. If like AMC fired you from doing a great job on one of their all-time successful shows, I go, you know what? Maybe I'm not going to be working on your thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'd do if I was king. I'd say, fuck this shit. No.
Oh, you people, did something mean to my friend. No, screw you.
Yeah.
Give all your money to Mad Men, you bastards.
Yeah. Even though your number one show is Walking Dead, so hey.
Yeah, well, Mad Men always rakes in the Emmys, so that's why.
That's true. And the Emmys seems to be they have the same problem as the Oscars as far as horror and science fiction is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
That they don't respect it enough to reward it. And same exact problem.
And Walking Dead has one of the bigger TV followings I've seen lately. Like, there are people constantly tweeting about it all the time, and especially with the internet, you could definitely tell.
Yeah.
That's one cool thing about the internet, next to the hundreds of horrible things the internet's brought us. They're like, for every 100 horrible things you could find on the internet, there's one good thing. I've realized this. Using the scientific method of making a number up.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of horrible things on the internet, I don't know if you noticed my tweet about this. I decided to watch the video of Muammar Gaddafi's last moments.
I did see this.
Yeah, there were some YouTube postings of it, and so I picked one and watched it. And in the bottom corner is, "Hey, you want a Honda?" Like, I'm watching the dictator for life here being beaten to death, and I would like a Honda. I mean, that does sound pretty. Actually, that doesn't sound bad.
Actually, someone there's a picture that came up around the time after he got killed. It was some channel somewhere. They were showing Futurama. The character Elzar, the chef with four arms and purple skin from Futurama?
Yeah, I hate him.
I hate him too. But there's a scene of him giving 2 thumbs up, and then the breaking news of Gaddafi has been killed. And that guy has that picture. Perfect. It's in the show. I'm gonna put it in the show after we're done.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Can you imagine if they had the internet during World War II, when let's see, maybe not Hitler. Let's see, what's another guy?
Stalin?
No, not Stalin. Oh, I'm trying to remember who was the president of Italy? It was Mussolini.
Mussolini, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if there was videos of him being hung upside down and killed?
Especially with how people react to YouTube videos, they probably have already made funny edits of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could just imagine he'd be at 1940s internet with have videos of that all over, and then maybe there'd be in the corners drink Ovaltine.
Damn it, I want a Honda and Ovaltine now. I'll stick with the Ovaltine. I can afford that.
Anyway, who wants to talk about our next story?
Well, we have to sing, of course, Manos.
That's right, because it's a
Big Marvel teaser!
uh,
Um, it's coming, Manos.
it, sure.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry if I delivered that painstakingly, but if we were in like a sci-fi channel movie, that's how someone would deliver that line. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. It obviously has something to do with Phoenix, so maybe something with Jean Grey. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's a pretty big, fucking blatant Phoenix shot.
Yeah. And like everyone who's big at Marvel's working on this right now.
No kidding.
Aaron, Bendis, Fraction, Hickman,
Ramada Jr.
Brubaker, one of the Cuberts. I don't remember what Cubert they keep using anymore.
Adam? Is it Adam?
Yeah, it's Adam because
Okay.
I think he's exclusive with them.
Yes. And, well, I mean, I'd be curious. I've gotten to the point where I've just accepted the fact that Jean Grey comes back because, that's part of her powers.
How long has she been dead for this time?
I don't know. So she's been dead since the Morrison days, right?
Yeah.
And
They were
that's
teasing
wild.
she was coming back in Astonishing, which of course that never happened.
Hmm. I'd be curious if somebody could do a study out there to see how long she stays dead. See if there's any kind of like cycle. Like, is there like a 5-year cycle, a 7-year cycle?
And you're counting comics. Don't count all the time she dies in TV and movies. That's
No,
cheating.
you can't count that. I mean, it has to be comics. That's the canon,
Yeah.
and not Ultimate.
Damn it. No, I'm kidding.
Don't give me that Ultimate shit. I'm talking real thing.
Well, in the noir universe, Manos.
But yeah, okay. She's the one who comes back from the dead. That like, I don't get upset by that. I don't get annoyed by that. It's like
She's been dead for a while, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's true. She said, yeah. There have been people who don't have the magic power to come back from the dead who've come back sooner.
Yeah.
But she, I don't know. I've long accepted that's part of her thing. So you know what? There you go.
Yeah, and they're gonna bill it as a big event, apparently.
Well, probably.
Yeah. Well, no, obviously. So, you want to move on to our next story?
Yeah. Eh?
Yeah, man. Hey, Manos, remember when we talked about that there elf flight getting ongoing, eh?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Eh?
Well, Marvel kind of canceled that idea there, eh?
Oh, that don't sound like too good of a deal for them, eh?
I know they're Hoosiers out there, eh? Okay, I'm done. Okay. So yeah, it's canceled, but here's the funny thing. It started out as an 8-issue mini, and it's ending at issue 8. Like, they're saying they're canceling it. I'm like, no, you're just kind of not doing the thing you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wow.
It's like if they said, we're turning Blackest Night into an ongoing. By the way, we canceled it at issue 8. It's okay. You've changed your mind. I'm not shocked because when I heard that, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna get what to issue 12.
Maybe they're rebooting it.
Of course,
Maybe
we need a new brand of Canadian heroes out there.
Yeah, maybe the month afterwards they're going to start at number 1 again.
Maybe they could just keep doing the Hellboy thing where they just have mini-series out.
You know what Marvel attempted with the She-Hulk series by Dan Slott a few years ago? I don't know if you remember this. But they tried to do something. I don't know what got into them about this. They tried to do it as seasons, like a TV show. Like they did like a 12-issue season with Dan Slott.
Uh-huh.
And then they started it over again with a new number 1 as like season 2. And then when they got to 12 issues again, it was like, fuck it, let's just keep it running.
Okay, that explains something because I've noticed. I saw the trades one day, and it was like, Volume 1 collects issues 1 to 8. Volume 2 collects issues 1 to 6. I'm like, that makes sense. What? Now that you've told me this, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's what they were trying. I'm not sure why. I don't. I never understood it.
Wildstorm did that with a series called Sleeper that
Yeah,
Brubaker did, and Ultimates did that too, in a
yeah.
way. They kept
And then
doing
Buffy's
it.
yeah, and Buffy's been doing it, but I don't know. I mean, it makes more sense the way they've done it.
Hmm. Yeah, so, yeah, you Canadians don't have another thing to read there, eh? All you got is all those Wolverine titles.
Yeah.
Which I
All
forgot to put it in, I just realized. That book's getting renumbered, Manos,
Are you kidding me?
to 300.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what they're gonna add in. I'm a little confused on that. Like, are they gonna stick strictly with the series that were just called Wolverine, or I didn't. I'm not dumb enough to do the math on that. So yeah.
Duke, let me just take a second. Do you mind?
Oh, go for it.
I would like to put this statement out here for those of you who, in the future, if this video is still being able to be watched by those in the near or even far future, I wish to put out this apology to you comic book fans and collectors in the future who are very confused over where the issues come after each other. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. I'm sorry we have done this to you and have driven you nearly insane trying to figure out what comes after what. Uh, the companies thought that new number ones would make more money, and we encouraged them by buying all these books. And for that, I give you my humble apology. Would you like to say you're sorry, Duke?
I am sorry too for all you people who not only did the number one sell a lot of money, the renumbered whatever 100 issues that come out also sell you a lot of money, and it also helps the fact that they usually cost $5.
Yeah.
This one
Yes,
cost
that's
$5,
right.
by the way.
The renumbering back to whatever iconic number, like 500, 600, 300. Yeah, we bought those too, and we know that's actually made it more confusing. And boy, it just seemed like a good idea at the time. So we're sorry.
Yes, all the way in the year 3000, where YouTube was probably dug up somehow because it'll be dug up. So yes, we apologize. Now let's talk to our people in the present.
Yes.
You're still screwed too, by the way. Okay. So our next story. Now I want to actually address something that happened to me earlier this week.
Yes.
Apparently, and I will acknowledge this. I've been bashing the series Iron Man 2.0 recently.
Oh, you have?
Like I've been, like off, like one-lining, like every once in a while mentioning how I hear it's awful and there's no need for it and why it should just be called War Machine. I've said that every once in a while. Someone got angry at me and sent me this message. I'm not gonna like call him out or anything like by name, but he mentioned that I haven't read it, so why am I dissing it? I'm only hearing it from word of mouth. People are reading it, it doesn't matter. Well, here's the thing, guy. It's canceled, mofo! After issue 12, that series is canceled. This guy was like paining me. Like he's like, you should feel ashamed. You don't know. I'm like, apparently no one else knows.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares. This is, of course, is a sad news for our favorite detective, Nick Spencer. Now he has to just pick up a little bit more work solving murders.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Damn it. Nick Spencer's off the case.
We still haven't heard anything from Caruso. I'm worried about those two. And yeah, so I got that message. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I shouldn't be bashing on it because I don't know it. I admit that. But when he said the comment, other people are reading it, and about 2 days later I saw it was canceled come up, I couldn't help but say, aha! To my computer screen. Like a mature adult.
Mm-hmm. So what's the deal? Is this just about War Machine?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a War Machine book.
that they called Iron Man 2.0. And shockingly, it lasted just as well as the other War Machine series that came out 2 years ago.
Mm.
And that one was, I actually read that one. That one was good. Greg Pak did that one.
Oh, yeah.
I liked it. I don't know. Apparently, not enough people gave this one a shot. I'm not shocked because, okay, this got canceled. The War Machine one got canceled. They tried doing a book called Legacy,
Yeah.
which was basically stories. It was Batman Confidential for Iron Man.
I'm going
And
to go
that-
out on a limb here, but maybe Iron Man isn't Batman. Maybe he's not a character that Marvel can hang 12 titles on like DC can for Batman.
Yeah. And, like, Legacy and Iron Man 2.0 were a part of the big boom of, Iron Man 2 was coming out and War Machine was in it, but that last War Machine title we did didn't do too well, so we'll trick them. Also, the fact that they didn't call him War Machine in the movie.
Yeah, that's
directly. True. They like made an offhand reference that you'd miss, honestly, if you weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Because you're paying attention to the breakdance music.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that series is canceled for any of you who are reading it. Not enough of you are reading it, by the way, if it's getting canned. So, okay, 1 second here. Okay, so now our next story. A while back, we told you people how Marvel's doing, like, point whatever issues to Fear Itself. And in its aftermath, I kind of understand the point of it now. It still comes off more money grubbing than anything, but it's Marvel. I accept that. They're doing something similar with Venom. And at first someone told me they're doing something called the Venom event. And you have to say it like that. It's cool. Which, again, I state, the last thing that we stated was called the event, got canceled by NBC, so I don't know how successful this will be. So, someone told me it was going to be a 6-issue arc in Venom. Okay, whatever, that book's been good. And then they told me how they're doing it. It's 6 issues, but it's going to only be issues 13 and 14, along with 13.1, .2, .3, and .4.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You guys don't have annuals? Isn't the traditional thing to do is just do a bunch of annuals?
They don't really do annuals anymore. They only come out sporadically, like every so often.
When they want to do some pointless crossover thing. Like they did that fairly recently with Spider-Man, Hulk, and Deadpool randomly.
Well, they just recently had a Avengers annual.
Oh, yeah.
And, man, annuals always used to come out. And I didn't even mind the fact that they would do stories in the annuals. Like Atlantis Attacks is probably one of the more famous ones. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand, why they don't want to do annuals anymore. I don't understand why they're so turned off by it.
Bendis is the one who's always pushing it because he started doing them in Ultimate Spider-Man and New Avengers and Dark Avengers.
What I really appreciate about Bendis is he's really old school. He loves the 70s, 80s Marvel.
Mm-hmm. And he, nods and brings it back up. Granted,
Yeah.
He keeps trying to make it awesome and badass, which is strange with certain characters. Because, damn it, I find Molecule Man badass! Someone said that in their life. I don't know why. And, yeah. One interesting thing they're doing here is apparently they're recreating like that weird Fantastic Four team with Spider-Man, Hulk, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider. Instead, they have Venom, Hulk, X-23, and Ghost Rider with boobs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hadn't even noticed that too. And it's like, oh yeah, it's the, it's amazing how long that Fantastic Four joke has gone. I mean, it was a 3-issue story that was mostly a joke. I don't know if you read it.
The trade of that, which was put out like in the early 90s, I found at a used bookstore.
Yeah. I mean, it was mostly like, a humorous story. And to this day, people still talk about it like it was some, like, great story or something like that. Like, oh yeah, remember they were all teamed up? It's like, yeah, for like 2 seconds for like one story. I don't know. And yeah, What is the name of the new female Ghost Rider?
I don't know. It was brought to my attention that she was a woman like last week.
Like, is she Ghost Rider, or like a spin-off Ghost Rider character?
I'm guessing a spin. Like she's in the
Well, it
current
says
one.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it says Ghost Rider. I don't know because the Aaron run was pushing out the idea that there were like thousands of Ghost Riders all over the world, and I.
Oh yeah, that won't diminish the character if you make 1,000 of them.
Yeah, and I don't know what Rob Williams, not the hairy comedian's been doing with the character because he's writing the series right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care about the character that much. So I don't have like big interest in it. It's just I saw that she was female and went, that's interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm still not reading it.
Yeah. It's weird seeing this picture and going, wow, that's General Ross and Flash Thompson.
Yeah. You're
I don't
right.
know. It just strikes me as odd.
I don't know. I still know many people who look at Rolk and say, where the fuck does the mustache go?
Yeah, it's so stupid. Just shave off his goddamn mustache. I mean, we know he's Hulk. We know he's Rolk. So, you don't have to, like, I don't know. That's
well,
one
the
of
thing
the...
that made no sense is he doesn't have the mustache ever when he's Rolk.
Yeah.
Where does it go?
I think it goes...
grow with his body?
Yeah. It's dumb.
Extremely.
It's like, yeah, I know.
Nobody in Marvel's made like a joke about it yet either.
It's like, I think the hair sucks back into his face.
I'm guessing that too.
I don't know. Or maybe, is it possible he's been wearing a false mustache for years?
Dun dun dun.
Maybe he can't grow hair on his upper lip and he's ashamed of it.
Wow, so General Ross is my older brother?
Yes.
Because my brother's really ashamed of it, especially when you compare him to me, where I can grow like a full beard in a week.
Mm-hmm. Like,
it looks like I've been growing it for like 3 weeks to some people, and it's only been like 6 days. I'm a mutant. I'm a new member of the X-Men. I can become Cousin It like that.
Well, New Mutant, do you want to talk about our next story?
Yeah, sure, why not? They announced that Fox picked up a pilot for a new Punisher series. Why Fox?
Why not Fox?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed this, Manos. Name a lot of shows that are still around that have debuted on Fox in the last, let's just say, 5 years.
Oh, God, I don't have the time.
Exactly. Like, let's see, Family Guy's still around. I think that show Terra Nova is gonna get canned.
Well, it costs $4 million an episode, and it's not bringing in as many viewers as they wanted, so that equals failure.
And the show Fringe, as much as I hear praise for it, every season that show is like rumored to be on the chopping block. Every season.
It does feel like that, yeah.
Yeah, and not to mention, Fox is known for canceling, like Firefly, obviously. There's tons of shows that people remember that were on Fox that lasted, I guess, season. Yeah.
And if they cancel Firefly, I mean, what chance does Terra Nova have?
Yeah, and that's one thing people would bring up when they heard it was going to Fox, but also people have been wishing they would do a Punisher series like on a channel like HBO or Showtime for years.
Yeah, because you know what, the Punisher isn't a really moral person, actually, and I can't see him being achieved as well as you should with the Punisher. I mean, I can't see the character being really true to itself on a network channel like Fox, for instance. Even if it's Fox, like, ooh, hey, that's the naughtier of the big four, but still, it's still a network. And I agree, probably. I think Cinemax would have been better.
Hell, I would have gone with FX, honestly, if they couldn't do the other ones.
No, I would put it on Cinemax, because they're thinking about doing non-pornographic shows now.
What?
And yeah, they're looking into it. They have one new show that's supposed to debut soon, if it hasn't already. But what's cool is if they had done it on Cinemax, they could have called the show Punisher Max.
It could. Damn it, we've ruined everything.
Yeah. But I don't know who they're going to. Who are they going to have?
They haven't said yet.
Create the show.
They just said they okayed the pilot. And again, even if the pilot gets filmed and all that, Wonder Woman got canned.
Well, here's the thing. It all depends on who the show developer is.
It's the creator of Criminal Minds.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, like, since NBC got David E. Kelly, creator of Ally McBeal, to do Wonder Woman, the obvious choice for Punisher would be Larry David.
Yes, I want this to happen now. Oh, okay, I can't breathe. Yeah, I also, one other thing about it is apparently the premise of the show is he's a cop by day. He's a NYPD detective.
Oh.
And he spends his off time as the Punisher.
Like Dexter.
Yes.
Not that I just totally saw through that or anything.
Uh-huh. Well, to be fair, Dexter doesn't burst through doors with giant machine guns, so...
But he kills
people
bad
for
guys.
Justice, yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty much, I don't know. I'm willing to wager the name Dexter gets thrown a lot around boardrooms at TV networks and such.
Well, it's one of the bigger shows out there right now.
Okay, our show is like it's comedy musical, but it's kind of like Dexter. It's like Glee and Dexter. Like perfect.
Why hasn't that one been made yet? Damn it, Manos! Why do you have to make me wish things happen that aren't?
Sorry.
You keep ruining my life. Also, where's that Hulk show that they keep talking about? Apparently, they're still trying to get that off the ground.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
David E. Kelly, you must do it.
Totally. No, actually, no. Guillermo del Toro's doing it. You should not take work from him.
Yeah.
Don't. You can just do whatever the hell you want to do, David E. Kelly, as long as it doesn't involve superheroes. So, you want to head to our final story?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you take this.
All right. Apparently, there's been a quote-unquote rumor of a new Watchmen series from DC Comics for some time. A while back, DC approached Alan Moore. Really? They approached Alan Moore about doing a new Watchmen? Are they fucking high?
Oh, actually, the funny thing is, not only did they approach him, they actually gave him, like, the chance to give him the right, like, they would give him the rights back.
Wow.
And he said, piss off.
Of course.
Well, actually, no, let me restate that. His beard said, piss off.
Oh, my God. He was actually asleep during the whole meeting.
His beard was just holding him up like a puppet.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But, oh my God. I was like, well, hey, I'm glad DC thought that they could deal with him.
Yes, he's the stubborn old man of comics.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. He's the stubborn old wizard of comics.
I like your description better. Well, here's the thing. I heard about this earlier this week and said, oh, dear God, do I have to go for this shit again? Because one of my very first shows, back when we had Eric... before he got eaten up by the smoke monster from Lost, I guess.
Yeah.
We had like a whole... Back when we did it in like 10-minute segments, we had a whole segment dedicated to it. And then, like sometime in the week, someone like from Bleeding Cool got word from a higher up at DC, whatever the hell that means. I'm convinced it's just a copy guy. I was like talking to Dan DiDio, and I think I heard him mutter something while he was drinking his coffee and stating how hot it was. And it's a go, and more rumors about it came out. Apparently, they're doing like a couple different like prequels. Like they're doing prequels.
Yeah.
And one of the things that got my eye, and damn it, I hope this is true. Darwin Cook is one of the guys working on one of them.
Well,
art and writing.
Well, he's currently not attached to anything major right now, right?
He's still working on those Parker graphic novels for IDW.
Oh, okay. And but he's not doing anything for DC right now.
No, like last thing he actually no, he's doing because that Shade miniseries came out by Robinson.
Yeah.
He's doing at least one issue in that because it takes place in World War II.
Yeah. I would really be happy to see Darwin Cook play around in the Watchmen universe. I understand why DC. I'll be honest. I mean, I would understand why DC would be maybe hesitant to mess with this project.
Paul Levitz kept like saying no to the idea. Like according to him, every once in a while people would bring up, "Let's do it." And he said, "Go away." Like,
Yeah.
no, and he's no longer in control anymore. So these
Yeah. Now who's in control? Is it Bob Harris?
I still think it is. I don't know because
Okay.
he doesn't like he doesn't talk as much as Levitz. Levitz did like him and just like the deal. He did all the like interviews for movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's not as vocal, honestly.
Yeah. Well, DC will do anything now. So,
Ah,
I mean, they would. I mean, this is like. I mean, this is a huge. I mean, this is a Hugo Award-winning book. This is like the book you give non-comic readers to prove to them that this is a fantastic art form.
Time magazine states it's one of its top 100 best novels
Yes.
of all time, like since 1800.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the only graphic novel on that list, or
Yeah.
one of two. I think I think there may be a second one on that list, but it's the
What
highest
if
ranking.
Dark Knight Returns?
Oh,
Who knows?
There's,
So-
I think, yeah. But if anybody knows, put it in the comments if there was another one on that list. But I know it was the highest one, and the film did win a lot of like new readers too. I remember that shot back up to the charts.
Mhm.
Of like reader lists and sales and stuff like that. I could see why it's like, oh, maybe we shouldn't fuck around with this like we do with everything else.
But
But
I will say this: I think this is one of those things where they'll put the right people on it and they'll respect it. At least I hope.
yeah, well, they need to. Well, yeah, the creators need to respect, and of course, the people funding this and putting it forth, the higher ups at DC need to respect it too. They can't like bastardize this.
Yeah, it's not like they're gonna say, you know what, Rob Liefeld doesn't have enough work. Let's give him something. That'd be fun.
Let's give him the comedian story.
Totally. One second, I gotta do something.
Hello? Are we still recording?
I had to deal with a little something. I don't.
Okay.
And one other thing though is,
God's sakes, don't give it to Judd Winnick.
well, that depends. If he's doing Silk Spectre,
No.
I'm kidding. Oh, but one of the because there's this little list of people they're thinking of giving it to. Your current favorite guys on there, JMS. Ah, crap.
Let's not make a big deal about it.
Yeah. Technical glitch for those curious. Sorry. There's on this article here. There's a little list of people who may be associated with it. Your favorite JMS is of course listed, along with Brian Azzarello, Kevin Smith, Dave Gibbons. He better be involved in some way, somehow.
Well, yeah, because he helped make it, and he's not insane.
Yes, he actually loves getting money for what he does. Yeah, John Higgins is on this too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another thing is, no matter what happens, people are going to read it. That's what
I'll read it.
Yeah, and not to mention, I realize this though, there are plenty of critics out there whose job is to read it. So, yeah, like, if it turns out to be bad, then a lot of people will read it for the train wreck quality of it, which I, again, hopefully doubt they'll do. I'm sure they'll give people who get Eisners all the time to work on this. Hopefully. Maybe give it to Nick Spencer. Apparently he's out of a job. God damn it, am I out? Okay. Technical glitch bit me in the ass again, but we'll just move on to the plugs.
Yeah, we pretty much finished that story.
Yes. So as always, you can Download this show as a podcast on Podomatic.com. You can also search it through iTunes, type in JMC, part of the JMC network. And also, I've kind of narrowed it down to a time of how long the show will be up. This show will be up for a month. That's about as much like free space we're allowed before we have to take stuff out. So this show will be up to download for a month, and so you're subsequently the same way. You can follow.
Welcome.
You're welcome. And you can follow the two of us on Twitter. Our links are in the info. You know why you have to follow it. You know. Manos, get your stuff out of the way.
Okay. I'm self-publishing the Red Knight comic. Issues 1 and 2 are still available. And the novella of short horror stories, Caprice and Other Stories, is available also at lulu.com. And that's pretty much my stuff.
So, what have we learned today, Manos?
We learned that the internet is a cruel mistress.
That's sugarcoating it, honestly. The blood on my cinder block wall may state that it's a little bit more than cruel. We also learned that David E. Kelly, stay away from us. That's not really a lesson we've learned. That's just one we like to restate.
Yeah.
Don't screw with our stuff. We love it.
Yeah, we don't approve of your work, David E. Kelly.
No. You know what? He's the second person Mayhem possessed. And apparently he's been possessing him for years.
Well, let's see when the Punisher pilot comes out. We'll see which character in their pilot was more violent, Punisher or Wonder Woman.
I haven't seen the pilot for Wonder Woman yet, have you?
She's very bloodthirsty in the story.
There are times in comics, though, where she's very bloodthirsty.
Well, she impales a dude through the neck with a pipe for almost no reason.
Manos, are you sure you weren't high and watching Maniac Cop?
Nope, this is that.
Okay.
She was, like, blocking with her bracelets, you know, the bullet thing.
Yeah.
The bullet bracelets. And she grabs a pipe and throws it and, like, you know, impales him through the neck. It's like, well, you already had things going with the bracelets thing. I don't know.
This guy's stupid. I'm just going to end him with a pipe. Mario would be proud of me.
You know, I accept that she has to kill in battle. I accept that. There are Wonder Woman fans who don't, but I do. But that one was just, I'm sure you could have took that guy out a different way. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there are a multitude of ways of making sure he was alive.
Yeah, it didn't look like one of those where she didn't have a choice. It's just she felt like impaling him with a pipe.
Maybe she was going through a lot of stress over the shit she was giving for the costumes.
Maybe she was pretending it was JMS. But we'll see if Punisher and his pilot does anything just as violent.
He'll probably do extremely nice things.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
He volunteers as an ice cream truck driver.
He helps out at the homeless shelter.
He coaches the Little League team. He's like a really upstanding guy.
He finds an injured baby bird in his backyard and nurses it back to health.
He watches the Golden Girls. He watches like the most anti-violent shows ever.
He visits an elderly sick person like twice a week to make sure they're okay.
He goes to hospitals and he does a full Patch Adams for the cancer kids.
Puts on the nose.
I know we're totally breaking all you Punisher fans' hearts out there by describing this. Well, it's like there's like 5 minutes of him actually shooting a gun. Rest of it's just him doing all this.
Yeah.
He's at a Toys R Us buying toys for orphans.
Yeah. Oh, and the violence happens off camera. You see him with the gun, and then it pulls away to something random, like a potted plant, and you hear the shot.
I totally killed him. Oh, God. That'd be awesome.
That's your Punisher pilot, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, if me and Manos were making it. And it was directed by DJ Caruso. So, until next time, I'm Duke.
And I'm the real Manos.
Goodbye.